Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Arab Abaya coming at you from the Chicago camp with a quick lesson. I titled this lesson, The New Social Credit Score. I got this quick skit where it was talking about how China is... they deal with a social credit score, and I know you got to know what's coming here, but the social credit score is another way to have complete and total control over the population, to control what they do and how they do it, meaning that the way this works is if you don't do like you're supposed to do, they have a numbering system, and if you don't meet the requirements, then they'll put you on punishment. They'll sort of shut you down where you can't do anything. So if you have the MOTB in you, and you don't do like you're told, or you don't follow orders, then they could stop your income from coming in. They could prevent you from being able to purchase things. So this is very important that we be watching, because this is here and it's in China right now, but it's going to move this way. All these governments are they're working together to a certain extent. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. It says, "See then that we walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." So we don't want to be walking around with our eyes closed and not paying attention, because this stuff like this is happening, and this is real. This is going to be a huge thing very soon. So we have to be paying attention. Let me go ahead and play this. Watch this.
1,000 points per person, in which the government gives so there is a constant equality amongst its citizens. The scores are part of a tiered rating system, which rates them based on their credit worthiness, going a step above the caste system of countries like India to give people a score determining the privileges they're allowed or punishments they must endure. For scores 10, 50 and over, ranked as AAA or AA, you get benefits like healthcare priority, free healthcare checks under the age of 64, and get to reap the rewards at the top of the social hierarchy. Now for scores between 960 and 1029 points, ranked as A+, A or A-, your kids get priority for certain schools, and the government can also give you the privilege of becoming a model citizen for the rest of society for publicity. School enrollment depends on model citizen status, and you will get preferential care and treated better in employment with preference over other candidates that apply for the same job. Scores between 850 and 959, ranked as B, are locked into that rank for 2 years with the obligation to have lectures on how to be a better citizen with visits of government officials and experts.
I want to say something right quick. Brothers and sisters, are you paying attention to this? They're actually telling you that they have a new form of slavery, because that's what this is. They have it where you're rated on how they can control you, and you can be a model citizen, a quote unquote model citizen, is doing like you told, listening to their rules and whatever they tell you to do. They want to stay in power. This is a way to get complete and total control and stay with a grip on everyone. Let me go to Psalms chapter 49, verse 11. It says, "Their inward thought is that their houses should continue forever, and that their dwelling places to all generations. And they call their lands after their own names." So this is a perfect example of them wanting to keep a stronghold on the earth forever. They don't want to let up. And this right here is going to cause a lot of, to the people that have a certain way of doing it, you're going to be forced to do what they tell you to do. The Bible talks about when the wicked bear rule. Let's get that real quick. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 29, verse 1. It says, he that is being often reproved harden his neck, and shall suddenly be destroyed without remedy. Verse 2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So this definitely is going to cause great mourning. Once this is totally implemented, especially in America, aka Babylon, it's going to be, it's going to be tough. So I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit more. Let's listen to this.
You are essentially subjected to re-education. C rank, scores between 600 and 849, are locked into that rank for 3 years before you can move up rank. Government visits and inspections are routine, and you will be kept on a list where your information will be stored by government officials to keep tabs on you. You cannot receive welfare, cannot win awards or honours, and cannot run for political office. The lowest rank, D, for scores below 599, are seen as the lowest of the low. Regarded as untrustworthy by the government, you are locked into D rank for 5 years before you can rank up. You're publicly blacklisted and revoked of all titles and qualifications you've obtained. You're subject to lose your job, government funding, and travel ability. You are rewarded or penalised depending on the actions you commit that the state defines as good and bad. For example, talking negatively about the government or an official on social media will have you lose a lot of points. Any sort of political dissidence is penalised by the CCP, and they will be sure that you know your place when talking about them in such a way. The government will do whatever they can to get rid of you and silence any criticism of the status quo. The baseline for each citizen is 1,000 points.
So, the scriptures talk about this man. He's the end of the world, man. That's just slavery. Esau is the end of the world. Let me go to that. Let me go to 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. It says, "Then answered I and said, what should be the parting asunder of times? Or when should the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow." So this is going to be the end of society, man. There's no way that this is going to go well in America, the way these people are, So, hard times are coming ahead, so get prepared. Hard times are coming ahead. I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom till next time, Lord willing. Shalom.